Life is a winding road. No telling where
Hello. It is 2020 and I am so excited. Things are coming along really well in the barn studio.
Driving through days and nights.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a few pictures and add them. I'm going to show you a bit of some spaces. There's some boxes that I'm still going through, some crates. I have quite a few things that I'm working on. I have a new microphone, so I'm hoping that will work really well. The heater is going. It is a bit chilly out here. It's the evening. We finished dinner and I wanted to get this part of it filmed so that I can add some other parts too, because this is going to be a bit of a combination. It's not just a coffee chat. We're going to chat for a bit. Since many of us are still quarantined or at least confined in different ways. Some of us are confined by budget. Some of us are confined by quarantine. Some of us are confined due to health reasons. Some of us are confined due to other circumstances. Social distancing. Because we're not really under quarantine anymore, but we're still social distancing. So anyway, due to whatever circumstances. My hope is that this will maybe give you a bit of inspiration. Maybe it will help you see things differently than you have been, because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes you don't see the forest for the trees. You don't stop to smell the roses, and that kind of thing. And I know I'm guilty of it too. And as cliche as it sounds, it does happen, and it happens quite a bit. And I wanted to share a few things that I thought might help. One of the things that I used to do when I didn't have as many art supplies is that I found myself being more creative with what I did have. One of the things I wanted to do for this year was be much more intentional about where I spend my money, how I spend that money, what I'm spending that money on. And I am doing things for myself, but I'm being much more intentional. So getting an arm and a new microphone was important to me. Getting a contraption thing, what did I do with it? I got an adapter thing to put the cell phone on to attach to my tripod to start filming some of the coffee chats over in the little nook. I'm still kind of figuring out the nook. I have taken a picture and I took a picture and I put that on my Facebook group. But since then, I've been thinking, because we're getting heating and air in our house. Finally, we're getting central heating and air. Thank you. But that means that the little wood iron looking stove heater that looks like a real little fireplace kind of thing is going in here. And so is the window unit. So I've been thinking, well, we're not putting the window unit in yet, but we are going to put the little heater in over there. And it looks like a fireplace. And I think I want my chair beside that, y'all. So I've been trying to figure out how I could do that. I have this gorgeous lamp. I don't know if I can fit the lamp and the fireplace, but we're going to see. We're going to see if I can do that. And if I can do that, that means I get to rearrange a few things over there. I have a bubblegum machine, and I used to put a quarter in it. I have some shells in there. What I've been thinking about doing is either putting more shells in there or taking the shells that I have in there and taking them out and putting them in something else, because I have so many shells and they're so gorgeous. They're from all over the world. One of my best friends was in the Air Force for like 23 and a half years, and she got shells from all kinds of places. We collected shells from Cocoa Beach, Florida. We collected shells from where I'm from in Charleston. We collected shells from Myrtle Beach. I've collected shells from Hilton Head, from numerous places in South Carolina, but quite a few places in Florida, and from other countries. So I'm excited because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that. That got me to thinking, along with, I've been talking about those little color cards that you get, the color sample cards that you get from paint stores or from the paint section in stores. And that keeps coming up. And there's something I'm going to do with, I'm going to get some of those, more of those, I should say. And I'm going to make something out of them. But you can find inspiration in the ordinary, mundane things of life. One of the things that I've been seeing a lot of people using, and I have some of that on the craft table, I will insert a picture. And I have that behind me on the walls. I chose a paneling that's called Weathered Barn for my walls in here. And I did that because I thought it would be a really good way to make this look how I wanted my barn studio to look. I knew that by taking a barn shed, a portable building, it looks like a barn, and converting it into a studio, I wanted it to have some character. I wanted it to look like I had converted a barn into a studio. So the weathered barn paneling felt right to me. One of the other things I've been thinking a lot about as I've been arranging things in here and rearranging and arranging and rearranging and arranging and rearranging are the things that really mean something to me. The things that, instead of drawing like a certain thing, like sometimes when you get a present, or when Selena wears an outfit, or when Victor wears a shirt, or David's flannel shirt or something, I pick up patterns and I can draw that pattern, watercolor that pattern. I want to add more bits of those kinds of things to my journal pages. Another thing that I've been thinking a lot about are the little mundane things. For example, this is not an original idea, by the way. I have several different, there's some more over there, several different kinds of things. This is a fossil my nephew gave me. Victor found this. There's several of these. They have them in different places. Victor found quite a few of them, and Victor gave them to me, and I keep them. This is what's called a worry stone or a worry rock. I have several of them. This one hasn't been rubbed very much, but I keep things like this. Well, one of the things I was thinking about, because this has little bits of color in it. It has little bits of color in it. And I was like, this is the coolest thing. It is a fossil. I've got the vertebrae fossils. My nephew gave me quite a few things. Some shark's teeth. I've got crystals. I've got all kinds of stuff. Stones, polished stones, non-polished stones, geodes, all kinds of things. You can see them around. One of the things that really stands out to me, so they're going to go in different places because I don't ever put them where I found them. So one of the things that I like to do is surround myself with things that are sentimental to me. But sometimes when I'm looking for inspiration, I find inspiration from a variety of different places. And that's one of the things I wanted to show you today. We're going to turn the camera around and we're going to talk a bit. I'm going to do some watercolor backgrounds based on that kind of thing. Give me 1 second. So one of the things, like I said, is that you can find inspiration in a variety of places. Here in this creative journal, I can look at something and go, what inspires me? Well, when we were moving my studio in the windowsill, Victor had given me this snake a while back, and I think I'm going to do that. One of the other things that is inspiring me is that my mother-in-law got me a gift card to Starbucks. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stone, it's gorgeous. That inspires me. So it's talking about this contact that has my hair on it. This contact paper that everybody is using on their desktops and stuff. So that inspires me. It sort of goes with the feeling of my barn. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to do a bit of some stuff on here. We're going to do some different things. So we're going to start with this, and I think what I'm going to do, this is the Nanami paper journal with the new Tomoe River paper in it. And I'm going to get some of my bigger brushes out. So I've just glued that in there. I need to get some of that and put it on my desk because I must. My barn has these gorgeous browns. So we're going to do that. I'm going to start with this one.
Life is a winding road.
I'm gonna go to this red brown.
No telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights. Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Okay. So what I wanted to do, because I received
Even if the sky is falling down,
a gift from a patron, and I have been waiting to do this. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Use this, and then I need to get my zip. We're going to print I'm going to put this in while we're waiting. We'll let that do its thing. I'll cut this off. Now I received a card from another patron. And do I have some? this washi tape will work, because I don't have any more Christmas washi tape out. So it was so nice to receive the gifts from 2 of my patrons. I was so very blessed, so excited. I'm going to do one more piece. And then I can journal about that. And this leaves me more room to journal right here. And I have some ideas about some of the things I still want to do. And I can actually add some more pictures of the barn, the studio, because I'm so very blessed and thankful for everybody, just all of you. So let's talk about something else. I'm going to turn the page because I'm going to do some watercolor, and I don't want to mess things up. So one of the other things that you can do whenever you're feeling like you would love some inspiration, like I said, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to take some different greens. I think the bulk of my greens are over here. Now, I can talk about the story of this in here, or I can do just some journaling over it. I can do any number of things, but this one little snake has inspired me to do something creative. Let's get this dry. I want to take this away from, because I have that picture under there, and I've learned my lesson the hard way. So I've made a pattern out of that. Now, one of the other things that I could do is, instead of trying to draw this beautiful stone, I could just take some of those colors, those gorgeous colors that are in that stone, and I can put some of those out on paper. So we're going to start with the lighter colors first. There looks to be like this, like a buff titanium kind of color. There's this sort of iridescent kind of color. And there's this sort of tiny bit of a yellow ochre kind of a color. Okay, then we got like a burnt sienna kind of color. Got this beautiful blue color. I'm going to add a tiny bit more into that. It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Okay, then we have what looks like that sort of tealy color. We're going to mix it in a little here and there. Some of it I'm going to wet down. Some of it I'm just going to move around a little. And we've got this plum looking color. Got this really pretty dark blue sort of color. I'm running out of space. Okay. And then I have this kind of a zoazite, which is a greenish grayish kind of color. We've got this sort of, and then we definitely have what looks like a Payne's gray kind of color. Now, so it doesn't look so uniform, I'm going to splash a tiny bit of water around because I'm going to do that after. I'm going to do something with some white. Okay, now let's see if we can get some of this off of there. Now, I don't want to use my good brush for that, or my good water. I have a separate water. Okay. Okay. Now I want to add a little bit of something darker, because my problem right now is that there's so much light and that is so dark. So I'm going to do some Payne's Gray. And I'm going to try really hard not to like make a mess. But I also feel like it's very much that zoazite color, so I'm going to get it. So it's sort of the zoazite with some blue, green. It's very... I need to find a blue. Okay. Now we're gonna see. So I have done a bit of different things. This in nowhere shape or form looks like my rock, but I found a lot of the colors that were in this rock and put them on the paper, and that gives me a bit of journaling to do just from things in completely different ways. I showed you a mixture of how like what you could do. Now this might be too much. You might want to put less on the page, which we can do right now. So let's get a smaller brush. There was a tiny bit of plum in there. There's definitely some blue in there. Tiny bit of this, which I'm just going to go in and add here and there to bits. So I'm not actually adding it anywhere haven't already painted. Okay. Ah, dang it. I should have known. I have to go wash this. Okay, so that is less. Some of the same colors, not all of the same, but most of the same colors. And then let's say you wanted to like just do the whole page. You wanted to fill a whole page. Okay. Let's think about this. I'm going to put some water down. And I want some pretty colors. Okay, so see. So we have two completely different things, but I almost like the contrast of each other. But I used the same colors, and they look, I like the way that that looks. So I just wanted to show you that I can just choose some really pretty colors, find inspiration from colors themselves, from my palette. I can find inspiration from a variety of things. And for those of you who like to add collage or like to journal, you've got a number of different ways to do different things. And sorry about the glare. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I will do some more of these if you would like. I'm going to have pretty soon an actual walkthrough of the barn, or I might add some pictures and make a video out of some pictures. I'm still going through boxes, y'all. Still going through boxes and still setting up things. Y'all have a great one. I'll see you again really soon. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.